Hello everyone and welcome to the final part of Super Mario Galaxy. Last time, we gathered our 120th star. This time, we're going to be going on an action-packed adventure after we visit the library. Yeah, I've been ignoring this all this time.
Let us begin.
Let us begin. Chapter 1. The Celestial Duo. Our story begins a very, very long time ago with a young girl. One day, this girl spotted a rusted spaceship holding a small star child. "What's your name? Are you lost?" the girl asked the star child. "I'm Luma, and I'm waiting for Mama. She's coming for me on a comet," said the star child who had been waiting day and night. "Don't worry, I'll wait with you," the little girl promised Luma. At nightfall, the little girl borrowed her father's telescope and peered into the sky. She looked and looked, but she saw nothing. Hours turned into days and then years, but still the sky revealed nothing. Finally, the little girl sighed and said to Luma, "If we stay here looking much longer, I'll be an old lady soon." But then she had an idea. "Why don't we go out there and find your mother ourselves?" The girl and Luma fixed up the rusty spaceship, and the two of them set sail into the starry sky. And this is how the search for the Celestial Mother began. Chapter 2. Starbits. Days passed with no sight of the comet or even a single planet. Instead, asteroids extended for as far as the eye could see. "If I had known it was going to take this long, I would have packed more jam," said the little girl above the rumble of her belly. Before they left, she had packed all the essentials: telescope, butterfly net, stuffed bunny, bread, milk, jam, and apricot-flavored tea, but... "I forgot to bring water!" At this, Luma burst into gales of laughter, and the girl began to pout. "As long as I have starbits, I'll be fine," said Luma. "Want some?" The little girl couldn't stay mad after hearing this. Luma continued to laugh, and the girl couldn't help but join in. "All right, maybe just a nibble." Leaning far out of the ship, the pair began to collect starbits with the girl's net. They almost fell out a few times, but they kept on collecting. Starbits tasted like honey. The Comet, Chapter 3. A beam of light pierced through the ship's window. Thinking it was the morning sun, the girl peered through the window, only to find a turquoise-blue comet shimmering at her. The little girl shook the sleeping Luma awake and shouted excitedly, "We have to get to that comet!" The pair descended on the comet and found that it was made of ice. They looked high and low, but Luma's mother was nowhere to be found. Exhausted, the little girl sat down with a flop, utterly unable to take another step. "Look!" Peering down at the icy ground where Luma was pointing, the girl suddenly noticed clusters of starbits encased in the ice. "Pretty good, huh? Finding starbits is my specialty," said Luma, beaming. "There's ice here, but it's so warm. I'll bet there's water here, too." The two decided to stay on the comet for a while. Riding the turquoise comet, the pair continued their search for Luma's mother. Chapter 4. The Dream. One night, the girl dreamed about her own mother. "Where are you going?" she asked, her mother's retreating back. Without turning, her mother replied, "Don't fret, dearest. I'm not going anywhere. I'm always watching over you like the sun in the day and the moon in the night." A wave of sadness washed over the girl. "What about when it rains and I can't see the sun or the moon?" Her mother thought for a moment before responding. "I will turn into a star in the clouds and wait for your tears to dry." When she awoke, the girl's face was damp with tears. "You have star bits in your eyes," said Luma to the girl. Wiping her face, the girl replied, "These are tears, not star bits. I'm crying because I'll never see my mother ever again." At this, Luma began to cry too. "Mama, oh Mama." The pair traveled through the starry skies, and though they encountered many other comets, not one of them held Luma's mother. Luma was despondent. Now, Luma, the rain clouds won't go away if you keep crying," the girl said, giving Luma a squeeze. "I'll give you a present if you stop." The girl closed her eyes and said gently, "I'll take care of you." With these words, she felt a small spark in her heart. Chapter 5. Home. "The kitchen will go over here, and the library will go over there," the girl said busily to herself. "We'll put the gate here." Ever since the girl took Luma under her care, she'd been bustling about at a feverish pace. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it to make a happy home. It turned out star bits weren't the only things buried under the ice. There were tools and furniture unlike any they had ever seen, and the girl used them to build a home. Looking at the completed house, Luma remarked, "Don't you think it's awfully big for just the two of us?" With a library, bedroom, kitchen, fountain, and gate, it was certainly spacious, but still, something seemed to be missing. "If only my father, brother, and mother were here," the girl said wistfully. Indeed, the house was too large for its two small residents. That night, clutching her favorite stuffed bunny close to her heart, the girl fell asleep in the starship. Chapter 6. Friends. Then one day, while the girls sat sipping tea, a tiny apricot-colored planet appeared on the horizon. From the planet, another Luma of the same color emerged. "Do you two know each other?" the girl asked the two Lumas gleefully. Despite the girls' excitement, they seemed uneasy. The two Lumas neither drew closer nor backed away from each other. Instead, they just stared. Then one Luma broke the silence. "My mama!" At once the apricot Luma parroted back, "My mama! My mama! My mama! My mama!" The two Lumas began to dance around the girl frantically, and neither showed any sign of stopping. The girl was so charmed by this adorable scene that she couldn't help but laugh. And that's when something very strange happened. Suddenly, more Lumas began to pop out from the apricot planet. They were different colors, but they all shouted the same thing, "My mama, my mama." The sight of all the shouting Lumas only made the girl laugh harder. What am I going to do with all these children? The Lumas just stared blankly as she doubled over laughing. "I guess we'll have to name each and every one of you." Tomorrow, once she had finished naming them all, she would begin moving all the Lumas into the new house. Chapter 7. The Telescope. After seeing their 100th comet, a sudden thought popped into the girl's head. I wonder if my home planet is still as blue as it ever was. That's when she remembered her father's telescope. Peeking into the telescope, a tiny blue dot floated into the sight. It was smaller than a star bit. How strange, it's so far away, but it feels so close. She twisted the knob of the telescope and the blue dot grew until she could make out a grassy hill dotted with flowers. It seemed very familiar to her. Zooming even closer, a terrace on the hill came into view. I used to go stargazing there when I lived on my home planet. She remembered rubbing the sleep out of her eyes as she followed her father up that hill to look at the stars. She remembered how she and her brother would sled down that hill. She remembered having picnics with her mother on the hill on bright and windy days. And I want to go home. I want to go home right now. The girl burst into tears and the Lumas didn't know what to do. I want to go home. I want to go back to my house by that hill. I want to see my mother. The girl was shouting now, her face wet with tears. But I know she's not there. I knew all along because she wasn't out there in the sky. Because... She's sleeping under the tree on the hill. The girl's cries echoed through the stars, and a hush fell over the area. Chapter 8. The Wish. Though usually quite cheery, one day the girl became sad again. Luma drew close and tried to comfort her. Mama, you still have me. And don't be sad about your mama because she's a part of you. That means she's always close by. It's like me. I love star bits because they remind me of my mama. No, the girl said, unable to stop the tears. A lonely look flickered across Luma's face, but it was soon replaced by a wide grin. I have an idea! I will transform into a comet. A soaring comet that can carry you all on this journey. With that, Luma, trailing bands of white, soared high into the sky, and just as quickly started to plummet back down. Kaboom! Kablam! The ground shook and a bright light poured out of the crater that the Luma had created. The bands of light twisted together to form a comet tail. And then Luma emerged, reborn as a comet. The girl could scarcely believe her eyes. But how? She kept asking. Our destiny as Lumas is to transform into different things, said a red Luma who had suddenly appeared. Stars, comets, planets, we can all become all of these things. When I grow up, I want to become a star that makes someone special smile, said a green Luma. The blue Luma chimed in, that Luma turned into a real cutie of a comet, didn't he? All of the Lumas together said, no more crying, Mama. Thank you, said the girl in whisper. She pulled the Lumas close and hugged them. From that day on, starbits no longer fell from the girl's eyes. The comet set forth for the girl's home planet, its long tail blazing proudly behind it. Final chapter. Family. With its many Lumas and telescopes, the comet was quite a sight to behold. The girl and the Lumas were proud to call it home. A welcoming party for a new Luma, the girl gathered everyone in the kitchen and said in a louder voice than usual, "All right, everyone, let's make a cake. A cake sprinkled with star bits, and then it will be a star cake." The Lumas excitedly began to gather the ingredients. As she watched the Lumas scurry about, the girl smiled and thought to herself, "This is my family now, and I will stay with them until they're ready to leave the nest. And when they do leave, I'll see them off with a smile. Because that's what makes a mother happiest." That night when the girl lay down to sleep, a soft light enveloped her and reminded her of the blue planet she once called home. But it would be nice to return home once every 100 years to nap in my favorite sleeping nook. The comet carrying the Lumas and this girl continues on its journey to this very day. With more family members in tow than can be counted, it's said that the comet visits the girl's home planet once every 100 years, its proud white tail glittering in the sky. The end.
That's all.
That's all. My story is finished. This is the basic backstory for Rosalina, and I gotta say, it hurt me to put this off for so long, but I wanted this final episode to be something, because I needed to do the purple coins. So now, I'll see you for the credits, where some things change. I will be back in a few moments for you. And welcome back to the final boss fight. So I want to give my final thoughts on Super Mario Galaxy. The last time I even played this game before this Let's Play was roughly 2008, 2009, where I was going for true 100%, or as I call it, 200% for this game, because it involves beating the game twice. This game still holds up. It really holds up as a Mario platformer. I'm not going to bother rereading Bowser's dialogue here, because we've already seen it. But I think this is still a game worth playing. It's pretty fun if you're going point A to B. It has quite honestly, a similar problem as Super Mario Sunshine, where the problem there is that Mario Sunshine is really fun and really fluid gameplay when you're going from point A to point B, but starts to really fall apart when you start going from point B to 100%. Like, it really does. Anyone who's 100%ed Sunshine knows this. I find the purple coin missions boring. I really do. Just because there's very little overall variety with them. Also, yeah, Bowser is a complete joke on this planet. To where this phase of the boss fight is pitiful. But other than that, I think this game is still incredibly solid. I think all the praise it has overall stands up. Like, I really do. Because as easy as the Bowser boss fights have gotten... Whoa, he curved. I still find them fun. These ones especially. I haven't played much of Super Mario Galaxy 2. All I know is it's more of the same. I can't give a real opinion on it. Dodge. Whoa. Yeah, I can't really give that solid of an opinion on Galaxy 2 just because I haven't played it that much. But we've beaten Bowser again. See that spin punch, which I'm surprised has never come into Smash Bros. And Bowser's down. Okay. I don't like this. I do not like this. I do not like that we just get a shiny, translucent Grand Star. I think it's really stupid. Like, I get it. End of the game, 100% requires we beat the ending twice. I hate this translucent star, and I think I can skip this ending cutscene. No, I cannot. Granted, this looks so good. Well, at least in my opinion, there are problems with it. The music kicking in, everything here is great. Yeah, no, I can't skip this, unfortunately, so we're just gonna cut to the end of the credits. Because, well, I've said my piece. This game is fantastic. I recommend playing it. And we'll get to the end of the credits, where I'll discuss the future. And hey, not quite the end of the credits, because I forget where this special scene comes in, but I think something changes. God, Mario's mustache! It never bothered me before, but somehow Mario's mustache being different color than his hair bugs me. Yeah, no, I think it's here. Is the special thing. But God, this looks fun! I can't wait to... No, you never actually get to run through that stuff. Oh no, it is credits. See if I can skip this. Actually, no, I won't skip this. I'll go over the future. As I've said previously, the next big Let's Play will be Link to the Past randomized. I have no problem saying that now. There's going to be a bit of a time between this and that. I have some things to catch up on. I need to just do some relaxing recordings, like not scripted. Well, not scripted. Everything is unscripted here, but not planned. Like, recently Mario Kart 8 went up. I had a lot of fun recording that because it just let me be me playing Mario Kart. So I want to do more stuff like that. I want to get all the Patreon stuff done. That's not going to take another 5 months to do. I need to balance school, so videos are going to be sporadic. I'm still going to aim for every Tuesday, Thursday, and everyday weekends. Streams, they're coming. I have a lot just archived. I'm hoping to get that affiliate status. I'm very transparent with myself on that one. I am wanting that affiliate status so I can make some money. But the plan right now is just have fun. YouTube is becoming more unstable, which is why I'm glad I'm not basing my income on this. If you want to support me, I have to give out a really big thanks to the 2 patrons on Patreon. Robin Harrison and the guy I only known as Frankie, aka Thomas. You two are great. Thank you so much for your support. I hope I can continue to earn your support. If you want to help me out on Patreon, you can in the link in the description. There is one. I'm working on some more rewards. It's just a matter of time. So I'm trying to keep things to where I can actually fulfill them. Did not mean for this to become an actual channel update, but for now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned, because we're going to just fast forward or direct cut to the bonus thing at the end, which is totally not worth it. Everything is owned by Nintendo. And now, for our 120 stars, what do we get? A little scene here. On a little planet, the gate, to be precise. A lot of birds. There's Rosalina. So she's okay. Well, actually, I take back what I said. This isn't not worth it. I will watch over you from beyond the stars. It's not that it's not worth it, it's that it feels very small for what is a multi-hour task. But it's certainly better than a fucking postcard. Anyone who's completed Super Mario Sunshine can attest to that. But it's nice. It's nice that these characters continue to exist. I love that Rosalina gets so much play in newer Mario games. But what's left behind? A Metroid! No, it's just a Luma. The Luma that helped Mario. I think that's what this is implied to be. But now, for all our troubles, we get a New Game Plus where we can play as Luigi! And it's the exact same game, except you're Luigi. But I will see you next time, so let's let the good times roll.